What is up, hashtag FURRYPACK? It is me, Doggybone Gaming, your host for this awesome, amazing channel. Brought to you by all of you guys, obviously, hashtag FURRYPACK. And today, guys, tonight's gonna be a little video that's actually gonna be a serious little topic that I actually have to go ahead and explain. And it's actually related about art. And this is gonna be some furry art here, but not just like furry art, but art in general from any artist. So basically, I'm just gonna get right to it. Everybody knows my very first art logo I have, or the very first headshot of my persona, which I'm actually going to be putting on screen right about now. So you guys have probably seen that on screen. Well, that picture right there was made a couple years ago. Like, I say, I don't know, probably 2, maybe even 3. I'm not fully sure. Well, I know for sure probably 3 for now. If it was 2 years ago, then I know for sure it's obviously going to be 3 now, since now it's 2017, but the way that picture was made is, this is when I actually had a drawing pad, and I had my first random shitty laptop, and, what is it? At this time, I was still learning how to finally use Paint Tool Sai, and I was actually going ahead and trying out how to draw and how to color, and so I wasn't a very good artist for digital, obviously, and so I went ahead, and being one of those average people that like to go ahead and, like to have a headshot, I tried finding some cool free line art bases, right? Something that I'm able to use and I'm allowed to use, and artists are okay with people using and everything, And so, I remember finding this one person on Twitter one day, and, he said he was giving out free line art, and that he would draw it, like he was one of those people that would go ahead and draw like line art for you, and all you have to do is just color in your persona in it. So what happened is, I went ahead and got one. I asked him if he could make me one, and he said yes, so I got it, and next thing I know, I went ahead and learned how to color it in, made my persona and everything, and went ahead and finalized it in Photoshop, added my name to it and all that, because he said it was perfectly fine that I could go ahead and add my name as I'm the credit of it and all that. He said it was okay, and I thought this guy was really awesome. Now, I ended up trying to get in touch with this guy because, what is it, and I'm not even able to. One, his old account, he has me blocked, and it's an old account because it no longer is even working. It's suspended off of Twitter, and it's blocked because I'm guessing since I tried to contact him and he found out. Yeah, he ended up doing a hard reference redraw, or he just poorly traced it off another artist. This is high quality work art, and I'm actually going to be putting that picture on screen right now, and that picture that you're seeing, and it's actually comparing with my version of it, which was liner provided. As you can tell, they look very firmly, and they look really similar. Alright, now the whole point is, this person on Twitter, I wish I knew what his new account was so I could actually go ahead and basically expose him. Even though I'm not one of those kind of asshole people that wants to make exposed videos and all that, he kind of deserves it because he's stealing other artists' hard work. These people, they take commissions, they go ahead and earn money, and this is like their job or a side thing to earn a little bit extra. Or even if they did it for free, for some people, they spend a majority of hours sitting there at their computers, at their workspace, drawing by hand and then drawing it digital. They just spend hours and hours, alright? And some of these people, this particular image was actually commissioned for another person. And I ended up contacting both the artist and the actual person that had it commissioned. Now, I got a reply from the person that had it commissioned saying it was perfectly fine to use the picture still, as long as I give credit, which obviously there's going to be credit in the description to both the artist and the person that commissioned the original image. He said I'm still able and allowed to use the image, which was actually fairly nice, because normally I know for sure someone would be upset that, their image got redone by another person, right? And, I don't blame them. I mean, obviously someone's gonna be upset and pissed because, that you paid for that, and it got redone by another person you don't know, and then they're using it. But at this time, I was a lot younger. I was barely starting off as coming out that I'm furry to my YouTube channel. Obviously, I was, I think, probably not even 100 subscribers in yet, and this was like one of my first images. It was on all my thumbnails. It's actually currently still used as one of my intros, and you know, it kind of stinks to find out literally like a couple days ago that it was traced, or you know, by another person, and I feel really bad. So I don't know what the actual artist is gonna say. I'm actually still waiting on a reply. I'm gonna be sending him a second email. Hopefully he doesn't get annoyed. And what is it? Obviously I'm gonna be including this link to the video explaining everything. But I'm sorry for bugging you, sir. Or like, I'm sorry for bugging you, Mr. Artist. Like, I don't really know how to pronounce your name because I kind of suck at reading, so I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna say Mr. Artist, or just Artist, so I don't trigger you or anything. But I'm sorry. But yeah, like, if you're watching this and all that, I'm sorry that your art was traced or just drawn in a different way as line art, and the fact that I was given it and then I happened to go ahead and basically recreate my character using it. And I know I used it on a lot of my older thumbnails, and quite a lot of videos have it as an intro as well. I can't really do anything about that kind of stuff anymore since it's already uploaded, and I hope I don't have to remove any of that, because I mean, it kind of stinks, especially that some of these videos I actually do work on myself. But yet again, like, if you're kind of upset of me using it and everything, I completely do understand, and I'll just try to figure out a workaround on how I could just try to, I don't know, probably re-upload everything without any of the images on it. I know the original person that commissioned you had actually said it was okay using it, so, but yet again, you're the artist that made the image and everything, so you probably may have a different say. But all I really want to say here is to the hashtag FURRYPACK is, if you ever want to go ahead and draw art, right, and you want to use like a line art, right, make sure you know who the artist is. Make sure that it's not traced or copied by another person. Try to do some research. At this time, I did absolutely no research at all. Did not even bother to figure out who it was, because the whole point is, I legitimately thought that this person on Twitter was actually the creator. I thought he actually drew it. And obviously he did go ahead and draw it, but he traced it off another person's image, literally that he just Googled, or I don't know. But the whole point is, it annoys me, pisses me off, because I'm actually kind of against of stealing people's art. I do use some line art for some of my newer drawings and all that, but I actually know who these people are. Yeah, as well, I had read the terms and service as well, if it's able to be used. And some people are even allowing things to be resold or to be used as bases and all that, as long as you're not actually selling the actual line art itself. But if you're like using your own character, it's perfectly fine. Or, you know, as long as you just follow their rules, it's okay. But this wasn't a line art that was meant to be free. This wasn't even supposed to be a line art. Someone just made it into a line art, and you know, he told me that he drew it, and it kind of is really annoying, because many people spend so much time working on art, and it's just ridiculous that someone has to go ahead, take this image, completely steal it off someone else. And then the fact that, you know, let's say it wasn't even me, let's say a different person, someone that was even younger than me. At this age, I was probably like, I don't know, maybe 14 or something, not fully sure. I think I was like probably 14 at the time. Still kind of, you know, I'm not too young, I can understand things and all that. But at the same time, let's just say this was a little younger, right? And then let's say this artist that made this really good picture that took him, I don't know, probably a week or so, and then it gets traced, and this other person, you know, this little kid or something, probably, you know, tries to draw on it and then claims that it's theirs, or that it was a free line art base, and then the artist finds out. Obviously he's gonna be mad, he's gonna be upset. I mean, he may go ahead and let the person slide, but then let's say so many people, not just one person, but let's say so many people ended up doing it, then he's gonna be mad, because then his art is just being like completely overused and no one was giving him credit, and all this, like, you know, traffic source of like views or people saying, wow, that's cool art, are you the artist of it, and all that, and these people saying they are, when the original artist himself is over here upset the fact that he's not getting credited and his art was taken. No one is gonna notice him, no one's gonna remember who's the one that actually did it, and of course he's gonna be upset. But the whole point of this video is, don't not trace art, don't steal art. It is annoying for artists, it is rude. If you respect an artist and you actually appreciate their work, you're actually gonna go ahead and, you know, commission them instead. Not gonna go ahead and trace their artwork and then say, oh, it's yours and all that. I happen to be played freaking hard, and pretty much for a couple years of me having this image and then not realizing that it was some traced or hard reference drawing of someone else's work, it kind of annoys me, the fact that I have it now. And I'm not even sure if I actually feel confident of using it still. Yeah, I am going to be providing again the link of the original person that commissioned the picture for his persona and the actual artist that made it down in the description. And well, the picture that I have that I redone with the liner I was provided, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, I was told by the commissioner that it was fine to use it, you know, as long as I give credit, and he said he was okay. He was actually really happy that I contacted him, you know, that's a good thing, because I mean, I went ahead and contacted him obviously as well with the artist. But yeah, pretty much I just wanted to go ahead and make a video explaining how someone on Twitter once before went ahead, I asked him if he could draw me like a liner for a headshot that I could color in and use to make my first persona headshot. He did it, and turns out, you know, I finally found out, yeah, he played me hard, which sucks. The thing is, his original account is banned off Twitter, and I don't know what his actual name is or anything. And if I ever find out, I will let people know so that you all don't get played by this. But please keep this video, or like take this video as an example. Do not take someone else's art and do not trace it at all. If you're going to use line art, follow the terms of service or the rules that the original artist had said and mentioned. If you're allowed to use it for resale, then that's okay, as long as they say you're allowed. Do what the artist says. If you're allowed to, you know, just use it and draw it and add it on your profile picture, and they say it's allowed, then go ahead. But if they say that you can't use it at all, or they say you can't sell or anything, but you could, you know, draw it and then use it as your profile picture, then, you know, you just make sure you do what the artist says. But do not steal art as well too, and make sure you're going to the original sources, not some fake source or anything. Make sure you're going straight to the actual artist to get the official thing and the official permission. That's pretty much it for tonight's video. I just had some random Doom gameplay in the background, and yeah, I just wanted to get this out of the way. I'm sorry if my explaining was kind of shit. I'm just kind of annoyed still, especially because I just barely not too long ago had just like went ahead and got a reply from the commissioner, and then also I'm still waiting for the original artist this reply. But that's pretty much what I'm gonna end up saying for tonight. I hope y'all can understand. I'm gonna go ahead and now obviously be aware of line art that I use in the future. I hope there's no issues at all involved. I hope I still get to be able to use that image, because I mean, I really do love that headshot, but yet again, it does depend on the artist itself, what he says, what he thinks. But anyways, that's all I really gotta say. Hope everything is worked out, and yeah, moral of the story is, be careful what you guys do, you know. Don't disrespect artists and take their artwork, give them credit and all that. Again, they're in the description. And yeah, I just wanted to come out clean, so that, yeah, you know, it's always best to be honest and to come out and say what's going on, you know. I just don't have this guilt, and I don't want to deal with any issues or anything. So I'm just making this video, and that's really it. I hope everyone understands. I hope the artist understands. I hope the commissioner understands, and that's really all I gotta say for tonight. That's it. Dogs out. Bar park. Bow wow.